So I had a little bit of technical difficulties with my audio. So since we're still in the time frame, normally it's an hour show, and D is under the weather, we are going to try this again. All right. So audio seemed like it's going through on there this time, and I hear myself, so that's good. Let me make sure to check everything else. Let's check everything else. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right, look. What's up, Mento? And put that there, that there. All right, so that's good. That's good. Normally we handle this stuff together when it's more of a show thing, but today I'm rocking a solo, y'all. All right, here we go. Somewhat. All right, everybody. Once again, if y'all were here just a second ago, I apologize. I had an audio thing set up. It's a different scene set that I'm using when I do Dianoia turning it up. Mostly everything is controlled on D's side of everything. But today he is under the weather, so I am handling it. And I'm going to go through everything I just did. I'm going to erase all those previous videos. There was an issue with the audio. I didn't have it set up in the topic scenes. So now I think I got it set up right. So hopefully, everything is going right, and we are going to get into this. So without further ado, let me check this now. Facebook. Yep. All right. So that's where I got that feedback last time, and we fixed that. Okay. Think we are good somewhat now. All right. So this is Dino. It's stirring it up. This is our Friday show. Normally on our Friday shows, we talk about things, pop culture, and other things that are not as heavily influenced or caught up in the world of politics. Our politics show is on Tuesday. Production note, on Tuesday we will not be doing a morning show because we're going to do live coverage of the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So we will be live streaming that, discussing it, and hopefully interacting with the chat and everybody. So please come through that. So it won't be 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9 West Coast time. It will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which will be 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So that's what we're doing. That's a production note for that. So without further ado, let's try to transition. Hopefully everything works the way it's supposed to this time, and we can get into everything. So I'm gonna hit the quick transition. Bam. We should be over into this now. And first things first is we were going to discuss season 2 of Silo. Unfortunately, me and D, we normally talk about it. He's not here today, so we won't necessarily be talking about it. But on our next Friday show, we are probably going to discuss season 2 of Silo. We used to watch Silo season 1. We used to do breakdowns of the videos and everything, and it was a good thing. We're probably going to do it again because right now there's really nothing good on television, and we usually try to keep some type of television or TV series to discuss on our Friday show because it's always an easy, good thing, and people really are talking about stuff. So, all right, I still hear it. And why can't y'all see the asset? Because I still got a transition. So this is just a still image from season 2 of Silo that's going to be coming out, and that's what we're going to be talking about once G comes back. I mean, G. I'm looking at the chat. Shout out to Mental G. He's here popping through. But when D comes back, that's what we're going to be talking about. So the main topic that I wanted to get into is this gentleman right here. This gentleman right here is Michael Smith. What did Michael Smith do, you ask? Well, Michael Smith is from North Carolina, and he's a musician. He's been indicted for fraudulently collecting over $10 million in royalty payments from Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and YouTube Music. Basically, what he was doing is he was creating AI music, uploaded them to the platforms that I just discussed, and then he would use bots to then bump up the streams. So then he was collecting money. That's what this dude was doing. He was able to collect millions of dollars in royalties from before he got caught. He faces charges for wire fraud conspiracy, and money laundering. And all of them altogether carry a maximum sentence of 20 years. So the reason I kind of put this up is because in some of the spaces, the internet spaces, the streaming spaces, and the platform spaces, I've been hearing a lot of rumors and discussions about people buying bots. The big thing with that is if you are buying bots, you aren't being authentic. You aren't being real. And when you aren't being authentic, you aren't being real, then your core audience isn't actually there. So if you're on a platform and you're making money and you're buying bots and you get caught and you can go to jail for 20 years, I don't care. Having $10 million in royalties and streams or whatever you get for it for streaming and all that stuff, it's not worth it to spend the next 2 decades in jail behind bars. And I've been hearing a lot about this. I know there's rumors that some of the bigger streamers, if they have like huge numbers but their chat doesn't move, and that's particularly if you're like live streaming compared to this gentleman who was just boosting the streams from the amount of times a song was played, it's still not worth it to me. Build your core audience, build your organic people, talk to the people, get to know the people, have the good shows and content that they do want to see. I know with us on our primary channel or our old primary YouTube channel, we were doing extremely well. We ran into some issues and then we got knocked off the platform. So we are currently in the status of rebuilding. But me and him would never do the bot thing. We'll just grind it out as long as the grind takes. We were doing good previously and we just got to keep it pushing and everything. But this is just a cautious tale of, yeah, you could do this, you could make money, but then if you get caught, what's going to happen? You're going to be locked up. Shout out to Akon, locked up behind bars. So don't be like Mr. Michael Smith from North Carolina and create AI bots and try to get 20 years for a money glitch. And it ain't no money glitch. That's some real shit right there. That ain't a money glitch. So yeah, don't bot it up. Don't bot it up, y'all. That's what I got to say about that. All right, moving on to the next thing. This is a little bit different because I got to change scenes a lot more often. So we already talked about Michael Smith. Let's talk about Jake Paul v. Mike Tyson. So as y'all know, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are supposed to fight. The fight has already been postponed. This is an old poster promotion for it. So it was supposed to take place July 20th. That didn't happen. Mike Tyson had a medical emergency issue, so they rescheduled it to November 15th. The big thing is that Jake Paul does not have any backup plans if Mike Tyson cannot make the fight. Hopefully Mike Tyson can make the fight. It is going to be a spectacle that people would probably want to see. People are going to watch it, want to tune in and watch it. It's going to be on Netflix on November 15th. That's kind of the thing that they're concerned and worried about. If Mike Tyson is unable to make the fight, are they going to still try to live stream on Netflix an event of a fight with a replacement fighter, which nobody would know who the replacement fighter is? Or would they just cancel that altogether and just move on to something else? I know I'm going to watch it because I'm extremely curious to see how this is going to go. I don't value Jake Paul as an authentic real fighter. I will say he can fight, but I don't know if what he is doing is beneficial or detrimental to the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing is kind of in this weird place, in my opinion. It doesn't have the same craziness that it used to before, when they did have like the bunch of the heavyweights and then like Oscar De La Hoya, Tommy the Hitman Hearns, and all those people. It's like boxing is kind of this thing now where some people are known and some people aren't, but it's the promotion of it. And then it's also when you have people that aren't traditional boxers coming to the sport, how are they improving it, or is it just for a higher level platform of content that they are creating? Sometimes I look at it like that, but this is the spectacle, and the spectacle will be watched by many, so people probably will still going to check it out. So that's what's going on with that. And I'm getting text messages and everything. I forgot to turn my phone off because I was checking my audio volume. What's my next one? My next one is, okay, we got some slightly sadder news, and this is, it feels weird doing it all over again, but this was part of the sadness that I was discussing earlier on our previous thing. So I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. What I say is, I know in the black community particularly, we got this thing where we say when people die, particularly with somebody that was well known or somebody that was super significant, we always say it happens in threes. And unfortunately, that little wives' tale, that little weird superstition came to fruition, but it's always a perspective how it came to fruition. And most people know I'm a big person in music. I love hip hop. I love rap. And so unfortunately, this past 2 weeks has been a heavy impact to people that like rap music and hip hop and all those things. So this over the past week, this gentleman right here, Fat Man Scoop, he had passed away. Fat Man Scoop is the undisputed voice of the club. He died after collapsing on stage during a concert Friday night in Connecticut. His family did confirm his death. He was 56 years old. He was a rapper and hype man whose real name was Isaac Freeman III. He was performing at the Green and Gold Party summer concert in Hamden, Connecticut when he suffered a medical emergency. He was taken by ambulance to the hospital where he was unfortunately pronounced dead. If y'all don't know, Fat Man Scoop has worked with the likes of Missy Elliott, Mariah Carey, Sierra, Chingy. If you ever been in a club, particularly a hip hop club, a rap music club, and you heard that break cut and then you hear, you got a $20 bill, put your hands up. You got a $20 bill, put your hands up. Hey, ladies, make noise. That was Fat Man Scoop, if you never knew that. He was very influential in the hip hop community, put a lot of people on, gave a lot of people advice, and has always been around. The only weird thing, or is to me, I have a morbid sense of humor, so you have to excuse me sometimes, or you don't have to excuse me. Just understand that I have a morbid sense of humor. He did pass away basically doing what he loved to do. He was hyping up the crowd, and basically, kind of his last word was make some noise. That was almost like literally the last things that he said before he passed away, being on stage doing what he loved to do. So condolences to his family. And the next and last topic that I'm going to hit real quick is unfortunately another death. This gentleman right here, who also has passed away, is Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan is from Atlanta. I love mostly almost all of his music, and unfortunately, he died at the age of 34. Currently, the cause of death is not known. Rich Homie Quan, he rose to fame in 2013 with his hit song Type of Way. Other popular songs included Flex and Ooh 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 and Ride Out. He's collaborated with many Atlanta rappers from Young Thug to 2 Change. Then they have Jacquees in this article. Jacquees is not really a rapper to me. Jacquees falls along those lines of T-Pain and Rod Wave. It's kind of a sing-songy rap stuff, but either way, he worked with them. This has been reported by TMZ. I know a lot of people say it's not official until TMZ says it. TMZ is reporting on it, so it is sadly official that Rich Homie Quan had passed away at the young age of 34. So what I was saying earlier about that superstition thing is, in my community, they always say death happens in threes. So this was a big three. The previous person that died the previous week was the Beat King. Beat King was a huge club hit banger maker out of Houston, Texas, and he passed away. So to me, those are 3 significant people in the hip hop community that I listen to. I play their music like all the time, and unfortunately, they are gone now. So that was just a little thing about passing away with the big 3. So D is currently under the weather. Hopefully, he feels a lot better. I'm trying to take the reins and kind of move the show along and do it myself. As you can tell, I had a little technical audio difficulties in the beginning. I don't have all the same setup as we built on his end as we do on my end, but I'm going to try to put it together. And just in case anything like this ever happens again, we still have the ability to still get out there and give y'all the show. As usual, this is Dianoia. This is Stirring It Up. This is our Friday show. Our Friday show is more pop culture, current events, less politics or less things involving politics. However, if you do enjoy our politics and you like to hear our discussion about politics and want to see the things, then tune in on our Tuesday show, Dianoia is Live. That airs at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, which is 9:30 Pacific Time. Show note that I said at the top of this show is this upcoming Tuesday, we will not be doing the morning show at 11:30. We will be doing an evening show at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, because we will be live streaming the debate and discussing the topics that are in the debate. It was great that it fell just perfectly for our Tuesday politics show. It's just the only thing was the time. So we will be streaming a little bit later on that day for that show. So please come on over, jump in the chat, whatever platform you prefer to watch or pay attention from, that's still good. With that said, if you're over on Kick, you're over on Twitch, you're over on Facebook, please come over to YouTube. Give us a like on both our channels. The Dianoia is Live and also the Dianoia is Stirring Up. We would greatly appreciate it. YouTube is our headquarters. That's where we first, cut our teeth at. That's where we learn how to do any of this internet communication streaming stuff. We just hit a bump in the road, and we were trying to rebuild. So if you have the kindness, the feelings in your heart to support us, please give us a like and a subscribe on both channels. We would greatly appreciate it. If you have not done so in this video, please hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Hopefully D will go back and watch this, and he'll see everything that's going on. I kind of sped through this one a lot faster because I kind of knew more what I wanted to say compared to the previous one, where I was moving things around, trying to monitor and change scenes and make sure I got the topics up and all that stuff. But this is a very bare bones one since I had to do it myself. But hey, it's an experience. I learned what I need to make sure I need to take care of if he is not here. So it's a team effort. We be trying to do it good and do it right, and hopefully get everybody engaged. So with that being said, shout out to everybody that's watching over on Kick. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook, anybody that's watching on Twitch. And as I said before, please come over to our YouTube channels. Give us a like, subscribe on both of them. And our next show will be on the Tuesday show. I'll give y'all show notes about that, so there's no confusion there. Yeah. So if anything, everybody have a great weekend. Tell your family you love them. Shout out to anybody that came through, the families, all that. But this is Kenny with Dianoia. We will catch you on Tuesday. Remember, it's going to be later, not earlier. Peace.